Lately, I've been feeling like I have this art block that prevents me from creating my art, and I really feel the need to release my art, but it's like this art block won't let me release my art. It really creates this uncomfortable feeling with me. And in this video, I wanted to share some of the things I've discovered while I was facing art block.
Hi, I hope you're doing well. My name is Akin and Julia as well. Oh, I'm just a silly being. Sweet berries are amazing, and I hope my video is helpful and compelling.
So, first of all, art cannot be rushed and it cannot be faked. And it cannot be like, you can't just do it just to do it. It has to be intentional and it cannot be rushed. You can't just, oh, let me just get this out of my way. That's not how art works, for me at least. These are all my personal experiences. But whenever I try to like rush my art, or whenever I try to like do art just not for the sake of creating, but for the sake of just having something, like I think there's a difference between that. I think just having something and creating something is completely different. The intention that you set for the art really what makes the art. And art, I've realized, is something I cannot live without. It's something I cannot live without. It's the joy of my life. It makes life exciting for me. I wake up and I sleep for art, literally. And I mean this literally, because when I sleep and get good sleep, I am much more creative, and my artwork is more creative and more like me, and I get more pleasure out of the art that I'm doing. However, when I am not rested enough, or when I haven't slept enough, then my artwork really doesn't like resonate with me as much as it did compared to when I'm more rested. So really, I live for art. I wake up and I sleep for art. Art is the reason why I'm still alive. Art and like the chase of aesthetics and the chase of like pleasure is what keeps, in my opinion, what keeps human beings alive. A life far from aesthetics, I don't think is imaginable. Like, I can't imagine a life without aesthetics. That's like impossible. Something like impossible, in my opinion. Yeah, one other thing I've realized, creating, yeah, of course, for some people it comes natural, but natural does not mean it's easy. Like, I mean, maybe it means relatively easy, but it doesn't mean easy. So creating something, it doesn't have to be a huge, like a statue, or it doesn't have to be like a huge painting, but really any kind of creating something, it has no obligation to be easy. However, the thing about it is that it's rewarding afterwards. So doing art, yeah, it's not hard work, but it has no obligation to be easy, and it has no obligation to be so like carefree. Art is intentional, and it has a purpose, and it is made for a reason. It has a reason. It's not gonna be easy to express your feelings just like that. You have to like actually work to get there. You have to actually set the aesthetics for your intention. So that was one mistake I used to do. Like, I used to think that doing art was just like so easy, and it has no hard parts. It doesn't require any brain power. That's so not true. In the art journey, I believe it's really important. I feel like in many journeys and in many aspects of life, it is so important to keep your eyes on your own lane, and just like mind your own work and mind your own business, so to speak. and not compare yourself with other artworks, because each individual is different and their ways of expressing their feelings, their unique feelings, is unique. Like people express their feelings uniquely, and they have unique feelings and unique experiences, so everything, all that creates like infinite amounts of creative space. So there's literally no limitations to art, and that's what makes it so diverse, and that's what makes it so unnecessary and odd to compare yourself with others. And also, this goes for life too. Like, everyone has their own life and own experiences, so really it doesn't make sense to compare your life with other people's, compare your timeline. Oh, I couldn't do this at my this age, but people are doing it at the same age. It doesn't really help to think that. I mean, it's not really like a good way to approach life, I think. I mean, at least for me, it's not. And it never really helps. So one other thing I've found out is curating your energy like a laser beam. So if you have a lot of things in your brain, a lot of stuff, a lot of thoughts going on in your mind, and you're like trying to make art, if you can't really focus on the art that you're doing, if you really can't be like 100, like maybe not 100%, but like a good percentage of your kind of like cognitive power, then the art won't come out. For me, the art won't come out like how I want it to come out, because I feel like it goes for anything. Sorry for the bad angle. But I feel like it goes shaking. It goes for anything. If you really want to create something of yourself, you have to give like a good chunk of brain power to it. And if you have a lot of thoughts in your mind, if there are a lot of like ideas occupying your brain and you can't just focus, then it really gets harder to make art as well. So I've been really trying to like curate my creative energy into one thing at a time, so that whatever it is that I'm creating is actually like it's closer to what I want to do. Does that make sense? Oh yeah, the artistic allowance of the individual, the artistic allowance of oneself, it's really important, because it's also about like the environment and the circumstances that you're in, the medium where the art is created. In other words, it really just affects the art like undeniably. And I used to like deny that. I used to think that art can be created in however way desired, but it's not true. I found out, for me at least, that even though we don't really like that, sometimes the circumstances that we're in really like alter our art. It's true. Like, it really affects the art, where it comes from, how it's made, and what it speaks to. Like, the medium plays a major role, and I like denied that for a long time, but now I cannot unsee it, and I know it to be true. One other thing I have realized about this art blog is to keep my eyes on my own weaknesses and on my own like mistakes. Of course there are no mistakes in art, but there are sometimes creations where you didn't mean to have. Like, you're maybe trying to create something else, but in return you get something that you didn't really want to get. I feel like if you really want to get the result, that means, like, for me, that means art being successful, because of course there's no such thing as art success, but like, if you are achieving what you meant to achieve, then that's a success. And to do that, I've realized I need to focus on my weaknesses and my faults, the parts where I do wrong that lead me to the misguided result. So really just like at the end of each artwork, it isn't necessarily the artwork that excites me, but the mistakes I made throughout the process that make me excited for the search of like a greater art. So it's always a pursuit of a better result that keeps my art going, not the result itself only. Although I will say the result plays a role, but it's definitely not the only thing, and it's the least important thing for me. Okay, I took some notes on my notebook as well. Oh, yeah, in here it says, I wrote, art cannot be rushed. Art is the reason I live. Art is the joy of my life. Art gets me excited. Art is fueled by my sleep. My soul is bound to release art, and art keeps me excited. Yeah, these are overall what I feel about art, and these are the things I've discovered throughout this art blog, this creative blog. When I create something, I can't release it for whatever reason, but now I feel much free after discovering all these. Of course, I haven't got out of that headspace fully, but I think I made a lot of progress in the creative space. There are some bonuses I want to add. One of them being I was making music yesterday, and I am now obsessed with the word pulse width. Like, amazing word, pulse width. Okay, cool. That's a really good word. I'm obsessed with that word lately. The nostalgia that one person feels for experiences that they've never lived, or for the nostalgia of, sometimes we listen to a song and we feel the nostalgia of someone we've never been, or we feel the nostalgia of an experience we've never really had, and that's really really interesting, and that just proves the power of music to me. And music is my morphine. I always said that music is my morphine, but music really is just my mind altering substance. It just music changes everything, the vibration, the frequency. It just really alters the energy of the individual. Thanks for watching. When there's energy, when there's feelings involved, then there's always something to be created. And these feelings, these energy, led me to film this video, and I thought maybe it would be interesting to share it. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope this helped, and I hope this broadened your understanding. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, maybe you thought I was stupid. It's okay. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.